Hey fam, remember to check the description for updates on Instagram. Check the eBay link for the Medipack, and you can also hit me up by email purplegarlic@protonmail.com, and make sure you're subscribed.
I think you find probably, bro, it's more than a lot more than the couple of people you've heard about have done that. If you think I've put out
Yeah.
well over 100,000 seeds, well over, it's closer, it's getting on, it's heading towards 200,000 seeds. It's not like I keep a fucking accurate register of every fucking seed I give out or give free or fucking sell, whatever. But I do know ballpark. I know ballpark how many separate individuals have purchased seeds in the last 4 years. And that is around in excess of 9,000, approaching 10,000 now, people, you know?
Yeah.
I believe that is in spite of the best efforts of the biggest cocksuckers in the industry, like Kevin the Faggot Jodry and fucking Matt the Fat Fuck Riot, Mean Gene the fucking little just Jodry cocksucker, all that fucking little gay Gongier crew, all that Humboldt vibe, all them. Despite all their best efforts and numerous other cocksuckers, let's face it, of trying to stop the fucking unstoppable king of skunk with, epic failure. Despite their best efforts, I have put out a lot. I know I've made a big impact on the gene pool, probably more than most fucking people alive. And I say that without arrogance. It's a fact. Who else in the last 30 years has unleashed an entirely new, fresh set of genetics, completely unrelated to all the other bollocks that they've put out in the last 20 years, all the best skunks, hazes, and absolute uncountable heirlooms from old timer one, and put that into a stagnated, inbred, homogenized, bullshit fucking gene pool? No one except me. So anybody who's got any criticism of me can just go fuck themselves, and that includes 99% of fucking the industry's been against me. But I couldn't give a fuck about them. I'll never stop what I'm doing. And I know I've done more positive for the community than anybody who talks shit about me. So anyways, I say 10,000 fucking people almost have bought seeds. Across all my 50 Instagram accounts in the last 4 years, I'd say maximum, probably if I've seen 2,000 people show their results, yeah? So that's like that's like 80% of people not showing their results. And where do you think all these fucking skunks, that all these little cocksuckers, like you mentioned before, oh yeah, now I can share my fucking family heirlooms. No, you can't, You couldn't, if you couldn't share, and this goes for everybody, if you didn't have skunk on the market prior to 2020, you got it off me, you lying faggot cunts. All right, that's the fucking end of it. If you didn't have it in the 2020 and all fucking that 20 years leading up to it, when there were fucking 200 plus page threads on IC Mag of all you cunts crying that you'd lost skunk and it was gone forever and it's never going to be found, and every little bitch who brought out seeds in the past 20 years claiming to have it, everybody bought their seeds, found fuck all you cunts. I'm the one who gave you your skunks that you're producing now. Katsu, I've got Katsu fucking his post that he made back in 2019, 2020, when he's going, oh yeah, my friend Blue Skies, he's got all timer ones skunks. I'm so happy or excited to be working with him, blah, blah, blah. Fucking, then I fucked Katsu off and didn't do anything with him because all he was emailing me about was, oh, how can I, and this was almost word for word, how can I get as much money out of the community as possible with your skunks, because using my platform, because I gave Bubba to the world and I haven't really made anything of it. Now it's my time to make money, and let's do it with your skunks. I was like, fuck this cunt. You can fucking just fucking run along. And so I jogged him on. And where do you think his fucking 80 skunk come from? That cocksucker JJ's working my gear. Capulator bought my gear and fucking banned me off his forum soon as he fucking bought my gear. Fuck you, Capulator, you cocksucking faggot. Riot, he's obviously going to have tried my gear. Bodie, I sent seeds to. I've got nothing bad against Bodie, but if you don't fucking speak up soon, I'm going to put him in the class of fucking every other cocksucker with no morals, because Bodie knows the truth that I sent him seeds. Bodie knows, Bodie could take some of my seeds now, have a cut in and verify it. So if he carries on saying nothing and not verifying that I did send him seeds from my private forum when we were good buddies that we used to speak every fucking week on the private forum and DMs, if he doesn't at least verify that, Bodie's just a cunt like everybody else. And I do think that virtually all of them are cunts who care only about money, based on my direct experience and contact with all of the people that I talk shit about. Because they've all proved themselves to be total fits. All of them. Everybody's shown they don't give a fuck about the plant in the slightest or supporting anybody who's got a different set of genetics to bring to the world. They only care about their own shit, their own pockets, themselves. That's it.
Yeah, it's to piggyback on that.
And you've got that faggot Jodry who's put himself out there as all about spreading knowledge and awareness and the community and medicine and all this. He's the biggest cunt out there. If Kevin Jodry ain't a fucking fed, I bet my fucking life on it. That cunt, I can smell a fucking pig a mile off, and that cunt is one. He's a new Sam the Skunk Man, a Sam the Skunk Man version 2, put in the community as a fucking, some kind of hero, but really they're a fucking piece of shit working against the community. A gatekeeper. Sam the Skunk Man destroyed Skunk. Why is anyone calling that fucking prick Dave Watson Sam the Skunk Man? He destroyed Skunk. I'm the fucking Skunk Man. I don't want to be known as fucking Blue Skies the Skunk Man, but I am the Skunk Man if me and fucking Dave Watson are stood in a fucking room, because that cunt's got no skunk. He destroyed it for the fucking CIA and the fucking feds and for fucking GW Pharmaceuticals. He's a piece of shit. And nowadays, we got a fucking slightly evolved fucking fed in the community known as Kevin Jodry. And that cunt is the new fucking Sam the Skunk Man. And Kevin, if you've got any fucking problem with what I say, come on the show. You've got this little pussy. And I've given all you cunts who've ever fucking opened your mouth about me for the past 4 years the opportunity to come on this show. But you won't, because you're a bunch of gutless fucking pussies. And where's my fucking apologies? Where's my apologies from all you cunts in 2019, 2020, trying to say I don't have skunk? And here I am 4 years later with all my 50 fucking accounts, all full of skunk, 24/7, 365. You fucking faggots. So all you cunts who support these people that have talked shit about me, you should be calling them out. Everybody should be calling out all these cunts who have harmed the community, harmed patients, prevented patients from getting the best medicine. Imagine all these cunts who, instead of being snitching little faggots, taking out my accounts for the past 50 years, 50 accounts and 4 years, if they'd actually supported me, if they were decent people and cared about the community and cared about fucking medical patients, if they'd supported me, we could have put out way more fucking seeds, way more people could have benefited, perhaps even lives could have been saved, because undoubtedly oil made from these genetics is vastly superior to oil just made with fucking high THC modern bullshit. It will fucking cure, heal, and fucking prevent illnesses fucking far more than any of this dog shit that's out there. So the vast majority of the community are fucking scum until they apologize and prove otherwise.
Yeah, those super high THC don't. They don't. The super high THC doesn't fucking work for me, anyways. Pharmaceutically, when they've done tests where they just dose people with just high THC, it doesn't have nearly the same effect as a complex terpene profile has on an individual. And to piggyback off of what you were just saying there, getting into this, I say professionally, working my way into the decade it's been almost the complete opposite of what I expected of when I was growing up, reading a magazine, watching a show, listening to a song. I thought that when I finally got to a place where I could do this and I don't have to worry about going to jail, even though I've been to jail because of this shit. And I'll tell you that story on a different podcast. I'll give you the whole fucking fun one about that. But this cannabis community, I think to use the word community is a bullshit coffee shop cop out at this point, because it's not a community.
It's a cesspool of cunts.
It's just like any fucking other industry, how big business and how even small business, how in this modern culture we have a fucking elbows up, fucking block everybody else out, gatekeep, fucking withhold information, fucking don't give out anything good, and make as absolute much money as you can. And the way you make as absolute much money as you can is you don't just have a good product and sell a good product, because that's not good enough. What you have to do is you have to fuck other people over. You have to hold other people down. You have to push other people out. You have to create this false illusion of you're the best. And you know how you do that, bro? You get you and the homies to sit in a fucking circle, and everyone does a little fucking jerk off session for each other else and goes, look how cool this guy is. Look how cool this guy is. This guy's the best. This guy's the man. Da, 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 da. And you blow each other up until it works. Because for some of those guys, when they get some genetic and they finally find something good, and then they do that as a little business tactic, and then they have shady business practices. Because sure, I don't mind someone fucking blowing themselves up until it finally fucking works. Good for them. But when business practices come into play and the whole thing is just one little fucking egg over there of fuckery and bullshit, dude, I've been very, very displeased with what my experience has been. So I've just been on this journey of like, okay, well, that's why I'm Skeleton420. It's because it's fucking me, dude. It's all me. And I am currently, I'm not working with anybody else. I'm not doing anything else other than this. I have some other job I do outside of this life, but this is my primary focus. Like I don't have a 9 to 5. I have other things that I do, but this is it. So I need it to work and I want it to work, but the only way I'm going to be happy with the way that it works is it's got to be good. It's got to be natural, and it's got to be nice and fucking easy, because I've done too much hard, complicated shit. I've been through too much shit. You know, I was in the military for a bit. I got, and then the rest of my fucking life, like, I'm tired of going through shit. I just need things to be a little bit more on the simple side now, and I'm going to keep it that way. And, I think I'm going to find some good success in this life through cannabis and through working with people that we can have like-minded, senses about the world at this point, because I think that is important. You got to have some good business sense and have some like-minded sense about the world, because there's I don't know, I want to make a Jodry joke, but I don't fucking know anything about the guy. Too much of that type shit, though. It's too much of it, and I'm not going to participate. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing, and if it means that I fucking stay small for a while, then so be it. And if I only get so big, then so be it. Because I'm not trying to. I don't need to prove to anybody else that I'm the best. What's going to happen is they're just going to see it, and it's going to take some time, but they are just going to see it, that I have a very high quality product, and every single person who's ever smoked my bud, they're not just being nice. They keep coming back because they're like, this is the best bud that I've had in a long time, and it's really nice. Can I have some more of that? Like, yeah, for sure. Like, that's what I want them to do on their own, not having to fucking make some fancy fucking plastic single-use package that's going to get thrown out. That cannabis community, I don't think, needs to be adding to the single-use plastic fucking aspect of like industrial waste, essentially, where it's like, okay, let's make all these fucking Mylar packages so we can put all these eighths in them, and then they throw them in the trash. Like, great, that's exactly what the landfill needs, is a fucking ton of truckfuls of that shit just fucking going in there. Get a fucking seed, grow a fucking seed if you can, and have a whole fucking plant. Boom. One plastic container, you use it fucking 10 times. Save all the plastic, save all the money, save the world. Right?
Yeah, all this mylar and fucking slaps. It's all fucking embarrassing. Fucking, it's got nothing to do with the weed. It's got nothing to do with the seeds. I don't give a fuck. I did make like bags of, actually, I had some bags printed up. It was mainly stickers. I had printed up for the Boss Pack and the Turp Town tickets.
Yeah, do a little bit, but there's a reasonable amount, I think, of like there's branding, and then there's like the bit, I mean, you get the difference. Like,
I just don't get. It's obviously a young market, because who else wants fucking a load of stickers and slaps like it's Pokemon cards and some shit,
For real, bro. It's disappointing, bro.
It's a weird world we're in, man. It's a weird world. I don't give a fuck about any of that. It's just purely about putting out the best fucking genetics,
It is, and I was just looking at a clip on your. I can't remember who you're talking to here from from the other Cannabis Project, from the 30th. He was mentioning the ceilingless smoke. That's another thing.
Yeah, man.
Like, you just keep hitting it, keep hitting it, keep hitting it, and it keeps going and going and going, and it's great.
Well,
Earbud's great.
It's the hardest battle, and I appreciate people like you coming on the show and telling the world about it, because people generally they're just not going to know until they try it, and they're not going to even understand, or they're not even going to believe until they try it, because they're used to smoking so many fucking strains in the last 10 years that are all pretty much the same and don't really do a great deal. And then you've got somebody saying, oh, if you buy a pack of my seeds, you can have like 30 different fucking effects, or 30 different experiences from the plants that you're going to find, or 30 different flavors. It's not fucking hype, it's fact. There are absolutely dozens of different cannabis experiences that you can have, different plants from different parts of the world.
Yeah.
And this so-called term exotic these days, that's another part of the 1984 upside down backwards fucking world that we're in, where everything's just fucking the opposite of the truth. All this bullshit about cookies, gelato, do-si-dos, fucking all this shit that's from a basement in California being called fucking exotic. Exotic is like the Thais, the Malawi gold, and Nepalese, and fucking all kinds of things.
Yes,
like
that's where those weird strains where somebody traveled all around the country and brought a few Landrace here and a few Landrace there, a few Landrace there from Colombia and from Mexico and from Ecuador, and found the best ones there, and then worked those lines to make something weird and new. Like, that's that's the exotic. Someone who went through thousands and thousands, and people could potentially, if they don't, even if they have the space, they don't do it because it's not commercially viable. You got to go through. Okay, how many seeds does it take to find an apple? I was just having this conversation with a pal of mine the other day. How many seeds does it take to find an apple? You want to create a new apple strain, you got to go through something like, I don't know, 100,000 seeds, 200,000 seeds, a crazy amount of seeds to find that keeper apple. And then when you finally find that keeper apple, you clone it. That's what apples are. Apples are clones. Same for cannabis. To find a keeper, you don't necessarily, I mean, you can go through 10 seeds. You potentially can find a keeper. And some of the best strains of, the last 20 years have come out of bags, because this plant wants to produce seeds. So you don't want a plant that's herming out on you and fucking up your crop, right? But the fact that it can produce seeds is something that this plant does. And if you listen to some old timer stuff like you do, he would even say that if you intentionally pollinate at least a portion of a plant, it gives the entire overall plant a greater effect because of the metabolic changes that that plant goes through, having received pollen. Now it says, oh, I really need to make fucking strong seeds now. So you don't have to pollinate the whole thing. You can just pollinate a branch and it can still get the plant to do it. But my point is people get so caught up in like, oh, it made one little pollen sac down there. Fuck, you got one little late stage pollen sac, and fucking someone might be worried about that. Like,
when I see people like at week 9 and there's a fucking little yellow nada, a single one, not on my stuff, even on anybody's like genetics,
right?
And they're crying, going, "Oh, I'm gonna put this in the bin." I'm like, fucking hell.
It just shows
Fuck off, you
the
twats.
inexperience, bro. Because even the most stable shit will do that, bro.
Yep.
It's at least one, like, it's just luck at that point, you know.
What do you think that little yellow nana's gonna do to you?
Yeah, bro. Like, what? Maybe produce 5 seeds in like a whole pound. Like,
probably gonna do nothing.
And you got something like Gorilla Glue, right? Gorilla Glue, the mythos is it came from a bag seed. Like, well, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense because the reason Gorilla Glue's been used in so many things, and it is strong and it is good, and it was a bag seed. And so, okay, so why are we so worried about a seed here and there? Back in the day, some great weed had seeds in it. That's where some of the myths of today. Oh, this old fucking bag of weed from this dev show, man, had this fucking 3 seeds in there, and then the whole industry was changed. Okay, so again, so why are we freaking out about a seed? A little seed here and there is not bad. I had no problem with yours with all that I ran. I had no problem. I had no herming, and I didn't even have I have found just a couple of little teeny tiny late stage flowers. But I took them to nine weeks. So
the thing is, before I was a breeder or known to anybody, before I was on social media, let's put it that way. When I was just me growing my old time one stuff, if I ever found any seeds in a plant, any plant, I was happy as fuck. Trust me.
Fuck yeah.
Because every single one I ever found like that, the seeds were fire. It was always some really beautiful fucking plant or plants coming for it, to the point where I wanted to find seeds in some of my buds, because every time I did, something amazing came from it.
I still collect them. Every time I found them for as long as
only an old timer one. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't say I want to find, but I'm talking about when I'm growing old timer one stuff specifically. If I ever found any seeds, that like S1s or whatever, I was happy as fuck, man.
Yeah. Because you knew that thing was going to be no matter what it was going to give you awesome genetics.
Most of the time. Occasionally not, but most of the time, something very, very fucking nice. Yeah, for sure.
We hunt them.
Yeah.
We can find the keepers, and I got one right
nowadays. I'm very happy with where it's at. Obviously, I've got more plans for the future, but in the past, say 2000, it's getting on for 20 years. So I've been working with old timer one genetics. In that time, I have found in early days, which I have to filter through and get out the gene pool, I found some horrendously bad things. But I'm talking like maybe only like 3 or 4 plants across countless amounts of seeds, But occasionally something truly just shit as shit can be would pop out, but very, very, very fucking rarely. And now you never see it. I've definitely improved even on what old timers' original work was. And I can say that with confidence and without arrogance as well, because I've done a fucking lot with his genetics since I've had them. I've done I've been all over the fucking world. I've been fucking burnt to death. I've been through a lot, and I have done my own work and made my own selections and took things certain ways. And for sure, I could say that everything I have now is up on a par with what I think was old timers one's best stuff, which was Smile. It's certainly on a par with his original Smile, or even better. And I've certainly again created a much more diverse range of terp profiles than ever he released as well. because that guy never released anything except to raise a little money for the server at UK420. You know, he kept everything pretty much private. And I've done two things. One, I've opened up his entire fucking gene pool. And two, I've actually opened it up to the world as well, made it available to everybody. So, yeah, I've reached a point now after 5 years, bro, where I've never took criticism from anybody ever, anyway, because I've always known what's up. But now where I've got, you know, huge amounts of evidence really over the last 4 years of people like yourself and your testimonies backing up everything I've said. So, you know, I've never told any lies about what I've got, what I've done, you know, that kind of thing. I've just been nothing but honest and very generous to the fucking community. And yeah, I've reached the point I certainly won't take no shit off anybody. It's about time all those faggots out there, like Kevin Jones, like Mean Gene, like fucking Top Dog, like Matt Riot, you fucking pieces of shit need to be fucking apologizing to me and the community that your fucking nefarious lying actions have harmed. You know, I don't care about me. You faggots can never harm me. But I care about the wider community of, you know, medical users that these fucking pricks are allegedly all about helping. You know, Matt Riot getting on the scene, if you don't know about him, came on the scene originally. Oh, he's going to help the fucking medical people of where's he from? San Diego, San Francisco, some faggy place. He's like, yeah, I'm going to do that. And he bummed a load of seeds off everybody. He was hitting up every breeder he could find online for seeds, saying he was going to grow everything, give it all away for free to cancer patients. He never did shit. He's a thieving, lying, fucking junkie cunt. Fucking, as I already said, Jodry's a fed. All this little Gangier crew, they can fucking, you know, start apologizing. Because a lot of them have run their mouth. Mean Gene's made memes and stuff because there's been root beer found in my work. He's tried saying I haven't got skunk. What? I've pissed all over them. I've pissed all over them. My genetics and my gene pool from old timer one are far superior to anything they got. So,
what happened with I'm unfamiliar with anything about Top Dog. I thought he was.
Oh, he's just a little prick, right? Top Dog, you know, that prick who made Star Dog, JJ, the fucking he's an absolute fucking prick. Somebody in the early days, well-meaning people who had found skunk in my beans would like send seeds to breeders, like more established, well-known breeders, thinking they're doing me a favor. Oh, I sent fucking JJ a pack of your pheno hunters, or I sent so and so this. And I'm like, why? That's not doing me any favors. I don't give a fuck about these cunts. I don't want their validation. You've just given fucking good, better genetics than they've got in their entire library for free, you dull cunts. But anyway, so JJ, for example, he grew out some S lines somebody sent him, one of my first originals, and he was like, oh, it's skunk, but it's not roadkill. And I'm like, well, it's not fucking sold as roadkill, you fucking prick. It's a fucking S line. It's just literally my worst skunks. So it sounds bad to say, but initially I put out my least good work for one main reason, two reasons. One, I knew my least good work is still better than 99% of everything that's out there, and it would demonstrate that I do have skunk. And two, I'm going to put out my best first for some faggot like Jodry to give to fucking Phylos, you know?
No, you got to have a plan, yeah.
So my aim was to get my genetics to as many fucking different individuals as possible ahead of all this GM fuckery. So yeah, again, always thinking about the plants and the community. So I've done far more for the plant and the community than 99% of these cunts out there. And anybody who says different can just shut the fuck up. Because it's not arrogance, it's just fact. I don't even talk about it often, but if you are to consider what I've actually done in the last 4 years since just releasing seeds, let alone the previous fucking few years before that, where I was rediscovering skunk, preserving skunk, getting burned to fuck, 2 hours to live, 6-week coma, year in hospital, get out of hospital, as soon as I can walk, I'm fucking off breeding again in another fucking country. You know what I mean? Fucking, I've traveled the fucking world in illegal places, lived on mountains in the middle of nowhere. All this shit these fucking fake hippies purport to do, but never done, never could do, I've fucking done. I am the fucking real fucking deal. I've got no fucking problems fucking speaking out for myself because I know full well what I've done. And it's a lot of hate and jealousy from bums that have done nothing and got shit genetics. And I bitch that the fuck out of.
I fucking love it, dude. Love it.
So yeah, unless you've got anything else you want to add, bro, we're coming to almost the end of this episode. We have got another 5 minutes or so, but yeah.
I'll say I love everything that I've smoked of yours. I appreciate all the hard work that you do and have and continue to do. And you know, like whatever you choose to do, like you've done so much already. So just, you know, tremendous amount of appreciation just from me at least about that, because if I didn't have if you weren't sleeping on the side of a mountain fucking one back at that time, I wouldn't have what I have now easy, just so I can just go upstairs and fucking get it. Like that's all I gotta fucking do. I don't gotta go feed the thing.
There's a big history of the story, really, for all these seeds. When you think about it, fucking the journey they've been on, all the fucking people that collected them originally from the farmers that had farmed them for X amount of generations in all the different countries, and then the work Old Timer and his friends did, and then them getting into my possession and fucking traveling across many fucking countries, many fucking times, and all the shit. There's a lot of story. They weren't fucking made in some cunt's mother's basement with fucking silver, you know, sprayed all over them. Yeah,
dude. I have an idea I want to talk to you about. I think probably be more professional to ask you about it after we get off of here instead of pinning it onto you while we're recording. Can I plug myself?
Yeah, of course you can.
Yeah.
Okay. All I have going on right now mainly is my Instagram page. So that's just Skeleton420.
And the second, and the zero is the O in skeleton is a 0.
That's it. That's the only thing different, and the icon is like a AI generated image that I created with like a skeleton, like sitting holding like a tablet. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, Skeleton420 on Instagram, people.
And I'm gonna grow some more years out after this run, and right now I got some that double dolly. I'm looking forward to that Landrace. Gonna see how
the one that's got variegated branch on it. It's complete variegation. Yeah.
So I actually reached out to some people about that to see what they thought, and there was about 25% of people were like, "Kill it," and the other one,
nah, bro.
Right. I don't want to kill it, whether it's a male or a female. It's fully variegated. I've never seen a complete, and I've since have found 2. But it was Instagram shares, so I guess it's pretty rare to see.
So I'd clone that, bro. I don't know what people are talking about.
I'm gonna clone it out, even if it's a slow grower, even if it doesn't make a large yield. If it can produce pollen, or hopefully, ideally it's a female, but if it can make it all the way through a cycle, it's getting used for sure. So it's a variegated Blue Skies.
There's a few people working. I'm trying to think of the guy's name. There's a guy who works like exclusively with like albinos. So yeah, this, like I told you, when you asked me about it, I was probably in the category of personally I'd kill it. I mean, grow it for your own pleasure and see how it goes. But me as a as I say, as a breeder, if I'm going to use that term, for me, my considerations is I just don't want nothing freaky, fuckery, mutanty, finicky. All that kind of shit. I think about people down the line growing my seeds. I want to have the easiest experience possible. So yeah, it's pretty. But that being said, fucking see how it goes. But me, I generally always killed variegated plants and shit like that.
That's what I mean. It's what and that's a little point I would really like to share, is that anything that I share is on my page from myself or otherwise. Take what I say as like, this is my perspective on things. This is my experience with things. I try not to speak out of turn. I try to speak from experience as much as I can, in having conversation. And when I say like how if anyone follows me Like when I'm talking about how I do stuff, I really generally share things into information where it's like, this is how I'm taking this information and implementing it into my garden. It might make different sense for you in your garden to do things similarly, differently, like, you know, because I've had too many times where I'm like, I'm supposed to take this many leaves off. I'm supposed to do this. I'm supposed to have do some action in my garden, and then I do it, and I end up fucking it up, which that's just part of the learning process too. But part of the reason I messed it up is because I was trying to copy what somebody did, and it just didn't make sense for my garden. So, you know, that's something that I bring to the table with my page. So, thank you so much for having me on your show, man. This has been great. Thanks for letting me run my mouth for a little while this morning. It's been awesome.
Yeah, it has been awesome.
Man, it's been
Definitely
great,
appreciate you. Definitely appreciate you coming on, bro. Also, welcome on anytime. So
I'd be happy to come back
in the future. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Get anytime, bro. Anytime you want to come, you can hit me up, and you're welcome on anytime.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot you a message when we get off of here about some stuff I want to share with you.
All right, buddy. Cool. Well, thanks for joining us. Thanks everybody for listening, and we'll catch you on the next episode. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already for the 2,000 subscriber giveaway.